Hello everyone and welcome back for another top 5 PvP battles. If you guys are interested in sending in your own clips to be featured in the top 5, or if you guys want to send in a build to be featured, you can send it to KristoferESO@hotmail.com. Without further ado, we have got Lobo coming in at number 5 this week on his Stamina Dragon Knight, and there you see he already quickly takes down an EP on this door, and then he's just going to continue to work on these guys here, puts great damage into this guy with the friendly Templar there, goes for the execute, but look at the healing power. This guy taking a big heal from his friendly Templar as well, and Lobo's just going to continue to apply pressure here, just continue to dot these guys up. His friendly player goes down, but Lobo is not retreating. He's staying on top of these guys and continuing to apply pressure here and just doing his best to whittle this guy down with the dots. And he's got a lot of pressure coming in from the Templar as well. Responds with the leap. The Templar with the full HP Radiant, maybe not the best call, but Lobo manages to survive the enemy attacks and heals himself away and just continues to apply the dots to these guys to just keep pressure on top of them. And Lobo putting a lot of damage into this Templar. The Templar is just struggling to heal this away. Even after the purge, look at how many dots the Templar still had ticking on him. And Lobo goes into the leap, into the Executioner, trying to get the finish there. The Templar responds with his ultimate, and Lobo's just going to come back behind the pillar here, reset his buffs, and redot these guys afterwards. Goes for the Fossilize here and just puts a lot of pressure into this enemy Dragon Knight. And there we see a lot of damage come down from the enemy Templar as well. Lobo's just going to heal himself up and yet again re-engage with these guys, just hoping to dot them up here and get a nice big smack. This guy actually blocks the leap there, so good block on the leap. And Lobo, look at his healing power just shooting right back up in hit points, and he's just going to reset his buffs and continue to fight these guys here. And the enemy DK comes in for a leap, and we see another enemy player coming in on the left there, and Lobo is just going to be a little bit more on the defensive side, especially as more and more EP come to enter this fight, and Lobo is just going to turn right away, put some damage into this guy. A friendly player has also showed up, and Lobo is just going to continue to tank these guys out, looking for an opportunity to open. He goes for the big cleave there, getting the dots on everybody, trying to dot this group up, but they're just applying a lot of pressure here. An enemy meteor coming down on the friendly player there. Lobo taking a nasty stun as well, but look at his healing power on this build. He's able to survive this stun. Goes for the counter leap just to get some resource back here, resetting his buffs as he continues to hug these pulls here. A lot of damage, just soaking up all of these enemy ultimates. He easily blocks off the meteor there, and the rest of the red now focus on the other player, and Lobo goes to the back of the group and decides to get offensive here. He dots up the guy in the back there, but yet again taking a lot of pressure as soon as he opens on these guys, so he's continuing to rotate around the post here, and this guy here really low on HP. Lobo gets the leap into the Executioner, down he goes, and he's just going to reset his heals here, get the bash, preventing the res there. The enemy player, the friendly player, preventing the res from the other guy as well. And Lobo is going to continue to apply pressure. The friendly player taking a lot of damage. Lobo goes for the body block and then continues to apply pressure. A big leap onto the back of the stack there into the Executioner, bringing that player down. And he's going to continue to rotate on these guys. Goes for his healing buffs, etc. This guy's lower HP. Lobo dots him up into the Executioner, brings him down as well. He's going to reset his vigor here. Get the interrupt off on this guy as he goes for the res. Dot him up into the leap, into the Executioner. A massive combo to bring that red player down, and now he's just going to continue to fight these two players here that he started off with. Goes for the Fossilize there, sets all the dots on this red player, and just apply pressure to these guys, going for his heals as well, making sure to cycle his major mending buff and his vigor. Goes for a huge leap, bringing that guy down with the friendly warden, and now they finish off the last target here. What a fantastic tank and turnaround. Great fight, my man. Now, coming in at number 4 this week, we have got Grim420 with a 2vx that becomes a 1vx as the fight goes on. And as you can see, there's a lot of blue players jumping on top of them here, and Grim's going to do a great job just holding block, tanking out the attacks, goes for that big meteor, gets a lot of damage into the group. The friendly player with the leap as well, but look at how much healing power this blue group has, and Grim's just going to hug the tree here, make sure to reset his buffs, keep his shields up, and go into that deep fissure, trying to look for his opportunity opportunity to get some big damage there. A nice spread on the deep fissure there, but Grim's gonna continue to just deal with the high healing power of this enemy group. As his friendly player goes down, Grim just comes back up the top here, goes into mist form, rolls out of his mist into a heal, and then back into the mist form, and he's just gonna work his way over to the other side of this hill here and see what blues follow him down here. And now Grim has found himself in a nice little tight spot here. He goes for his ultimate, goes for the deep fissure as well, puts good damage into this group here. He is not running the permafrost morph, so he's not getting the stun with the ultimate, but look at the damage coverage. He wants to go for the lower health player there, but it's just getting body blocked by all the other blue, and Grim is taking a lot of pressure from these guys, but he's making sure to reset his deep fissures in between his defensive casts here, which is super awesome, so it allows him to continue to apply pressure, just taking so many ultimates from these guys as well. And there's another meteor coming down. Grim's just going to continue to tank it out, reset his buffs, and go for the deep fissure here. Gets the knockback on this player, but look at the incoming burst. Grim taking a huge amount of damage here. Oh my gosh, dropping in health a lot there. He goes into the mist form, into his heal as he comes around the corner, back into mist form, and just resets with his ultimate here into his heal, goes for the deep fissure, and now he can put some big damage into this group. Gets a great deep fissure smack, taking down one of the players in the stack there, and Grim's just going to continue to cycle his defenses here and go back into the deep fissure as well. And just look at how low his HP is. He's really playing a dangerous game with the HP, but he's getting the pressure on this group, so it's working out. He's going to continue to reset his buffs around the corner, set the deep fissure, and he tries to go for damage on the group there yet again, goes for a roll through them, dodging the attacks, and back into mist form, continuing to kite around the terrain on these guys. An enemy meteor comes down. Grim responds with his mist form. Fantastic play. And he's just going to continue to reset his deep fissure, goes in for his own meteor here, a massive smack with the meteor and the deep fissure, but the enemy group manages to tank it out and out heal it, and Grim's just going to continue to reset his deep fissure and reapply pressure to these guys here. They continue to stay on top of him with a lot of damage, and Grim just goes back into his heals, into his mist form, and comes inside the building here, sets down the deep fissure, and goes for the combo on the first player there, hits him with the knockback, but yet again, Grim taking so much damage from these guys. He's forced into the corner here, just spamming his heals, spamming his abilities, goes into mist form to stall for his potion cast, gets his potion down, goes for his heals, sets down the deep fissure. There we see the meteor into the deep fissure. Down goes one blue player. The second blue player in the back, so close to dying. Grim's going for the finish on him. A massive crit off the deep fissure, bringing that guy down, and now he's got just this guy going for the res. The player actually gets the res off, but Grim finishes him off and then finishes off the res player. Fantastic fight, my man. Now, coming in at number 3 this week, we have Fox Wildcard on his Stamina Nightblade. As you can see, he actually finishes a player off there with the poison injection tick. He's going to jump down and do a massive heavy attack into his ultimate, finishing off the resing player there. Goes back into stealth and opens on this guy with some surprise attacks, puts good damage into him. However, he responds well with the heal. And then look at that massive 14k spectral bow to bring down that yellow player. What a spike from Fox, and he's going to continue to apply pressure to these guys. Goes for the Nightblade in front, puts good damage into him. However, the enemy Templar is going to heal away that Nightblade, so Fox fears the Templar, goes for the poison injection yet again into the heavy attack, the ambush, into the spectral bow, massive smack to bring the Templar down, into the in cap to finish off the enemy archer as well. And now Fox is just going to come back and check the bodies at the back here, and notices that a yellow is trying to res. He goes for damage onto this yellow player, but the enemy just quickly dodges, and Fox notices more players trying to res at the back. He goes right away into the fear after the ambush, into his ultimate, quickly bringing that guy down, and he's going to turn for a little bit of pressure on this guy here, but notices this player has just been resed. Fox quickly takes him down, tries to go for the combo on this DK yet again, but the DK responds really well with his fossilize as well. Fox is going to heal himself up, re-cloak, and then open on another resing player there with the bash into the surprise attack. Massive combo to bring that guy down, and Fox is just going to go back into stealth and try to find another resing player. This guy's going for the res. Massive combo with the in cap, the surprise attack, finishing that guy off, and now Fox is going to try yet again to prevent the res here, but he's a little too slow to the bash. The enemy gets up, and a lot more yellow show up, but what a fantastic kill spree. And coming in at number 2 this week, we have got PublicbozZ on his Stamina Warden. And here you can see there's quite a few blue in the tower. A massive combo, the Deep Fissure into the Dawnbreaker, into the Executioner, finishing off a player there. And PublicbozZ doing a great job just going for his Deep Fissure here, or his Subterranean Assault, sorry, making sure to continue to apply pressure. But more and more DC are coming around the corner here, and PublicbozZ is just forced into a little bit of kite tanking around the edges of the inside of the keep here. And look at that really cheeky heavy attack weave, getting some resource back. He set his ultimate down as well for that healing power, and he goes for the Wrecking Blow with the Subterranean Assault, the Executioner, finishing that player off. And PublicbozZ is going to reset his buffs here and go for the healing ult yet again. Look at the ult gen on this build. His hit points dropping super low as he takes a lot of pressure from the blue, but continues to hug the corner here just to kite them out as best he can, and responds with yet again another tree ult. So much ult gen, so much healing power, and PublicbozZ is just going to continue to work around these guys, reset his buffs, and he decides, okay, we're going to move back upstairs, and we're going to try to reopen on them as they follow up the staircase. He cuts right back through them, does a great job splitting the group up there, resetting his buffs yet again, and he's going to go for his Subterranean Assault here. He begins to set his combo, sees this player, locks on with the Wrecking Blow into that Dawnbreaker, a massive smack, quickly finishing off one player. The Executioner taking down another player on the stack there, and PublicbozZ is just going to go for the rezzing player, a quick bash into the Wrecking Blow. The Subterranean Assault finishing off that player. PublicbozZ with the Dawnbreaker on the next player there, finishing him off as well. And now there is a single blue player left inside this keep here, and PublicbozZ actually has a fairly lengthy one-on-one against this guy, just continuing to go back and forth. But this player's not doing as much damage as Public is, but Public is unable to kind of capitalize on the kill here. He's quickly going to take down the guards. A fantastic call to kill off those NPCs as another blue player jumps on top of him as well. I'm sorry for the speed up here. This clip was actually sped up itself, so he actually gets a kill off on the other player that comes up, and PublicbozZ is just going to continue to fight this star player here. So he works his way to the top of the tower, and there we see the Dawnbreaker Subterranean into the Executioner, and this other player ends up rolling off the edge. Down he goes, and PublicbozZ is just going to open up on the next player that's come here, goes for the Wrecking Blow. This guy dodges the second Wrecking Blow after breaking the stun. PublicbozZ just going to reset with the heavy attack, get a little bit more resource back, gets his potion as well, and now he's going to set the Subterranean Assault into the Wrecking Blow. Massive combo on this guy, but a huge response from that Templar to heal himself up as well, and PublicbozZ is going to go for his Subterranean again, continue to channel Wrecking Blows on this guy, takes the stun from the Templar, and there we see the heavy attack into the Dawnbreaker, finishing off the Templar on very low HP as another player comes in there with the gank, and PublicbozZ just going for the rolls down the side there, gets the heavy attack off on the pet, goes for his trees for the healing power, and now he's yet again got a lot of blue on top of him, and he's going to try to tank it out as best he can. And just look how he's continuing to move around in the tight corners here and channel those heavy attacks on his Sword and Board bar. The enemy Warden going for the Permafrost as well, and PublicbozZ is going to go around the side of the tower here, just kiting out, continuing to heal himself, sets the Subterranean into the Dawnbreaker, almost finishing off another player there, taking a nasty stun from behind, and PublicbozZ goes down. But what a fantastic fight. And finally, guys, for the #1 slot this week, we have got Faso on his Magicka Sorcerer. As you can see, he's just getting ult dumped and destroyed by this blue Zerg. He does a super awesome precognition there, teleporting back to where he was, just kiting the entire group out, and goes for a few really quick streaks to break a lot of distance here. But look at how well these guys are staying on top of him, and Faso works his way over to the edge of the rock here, streaks through the group, a fantastic streak yet again, just getting these guys stuck in the rocks. There we see the AP come down. He definitely got someone stuck in the water there for the kill, and Faso goes for a little swim himself here, taking quite a bit of damage from the enemy players and the Slaughterfish, and yet again, he's going to go for the precog to respond, streak through them with the stun yet again, and work his way across the edge of the rocks here. Very dangerous stuff on the rocks. One bad knockback is going to be incredibly deadly, but Faso knows that for himself too. He gets a great stun off on two players here in the water. They go down to the fish, and Faso's just going to reset his buffs here and streak back onto the other side here and open up on this guy as he tries to run away. This guy gets the res off on a friendly player, and Faso takes a lot of damage from an incoming gank yet again. He's going to reset his shields here, reset his Twilight heal as well, and then open up on these three here. This guy's going into the water. Oh no, Faso hits him with the stun. Down he goes as well. He quickly finishes off actually the player in the front there, and the guy he knocked in the water manages to survive, and Faso's just going to go and switch targets to this ranger here who's going into stealth, and Faso goes right back to this guy. There's the knockback into the water yet again, and this poor guy goes down. Faso absolutely cleaning them up here, and he's going to work his way back around to the top here and look for this last player. And Faso opens up on this player. He's trying to run away. The massive combo sealing the deal with this streak. What a fantastic fight, my man. And finally, guys, for our outro clip, we have got a little bit of a 1vx from DixieESO on the Stamina Nightblade. So I want to thank everybody for sending the clips in yet again. Absolutely fantastic fights this week, guys. We, of course, have Twitch and YouTube links to everybody's channel below, so go and check out these fine ESO channels and support our ESO community. If you guys want to submit your own clips or want to submit a build to be featured on the channel, you guys can send it in to KristoferESO@hotmail.com. If you guys are interested in chatting with me or seeing some live gameplay from me, you can always come and hang out on Twitch. A link, of course, is in the description below. And then finally, guys, we are sponsored by What the Fast. They're a VPN for gamers, and they give me better ping to ESO. They're free to try for the first 14 days, so no harm, no foul if it doesn't give you the increased ping that you're looking for. So there we go, guys. That is the end of the episode. Dixie going for the cleanup here, finishing off another player there, and now he's got just this Stamsork and an archer in the back to work with. But I want to thank you guys yet again for watching. I hope that you enjoyed this episode. If you did, hit that like button. If you guys are new here, hit that subscribe button, and thank you guys again for hanging out. Thank you for sending the clips in, and I'll see you next time.